Hey, good morning, everybody. Massive rally overnight. Caspa looking good. Cardano looking good. Bitcoin just breaking $45,000. We got the job numbers that just came in. We're going to be taking a look at an article on Chinese New Year and Bitcoin correlation. Could it be moving for another 11% move? We're going to be taking a look at Cardano, possible 32% upside coming to the ADA token, and a whole lot more today on Piper Academy. Guys, let's get it. Classes in session. Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Piper Academy. I'm your host, Army Piper. We come at you every Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys the news, the charts, the markets, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Thanks for joining us today, guys. We've got a great show lined up. We're going to be doing some deep diving into some TA, talk about some trade callouts that we did in the Discord for our members over there. We talked about AVAX yesterday, Caspa yesterday, even had a little debate back and forth on should you long or short Caspa at some resistance. I said long it. It's going to go up still. Do not short right here. And that played out absolutely flawlessly. So anybody who got in on that, congratulations to you. One of our viewers said that they got in on my trade call for MATIC, 500% gains. That is amazing. And shout out to you, man. You guys are the MVPs. I'm glad that you got something. Hey, knowledge is profit. I gave you guys the knowledge. You made profit. That's okay. We do not do financial advice here, though. So I just want to specify that. Not financial advice. I'm just telling you how I would trade something. If you want to do your own research and follow it, then you do that also. If you guys are new here and you have not been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live. And if you get any value out of today's video, out of today's content, out of any of the topics we discussed today or show you, then go ahead and hit that like bell and help that algorithm out. Let's go ahead and bring up my co-host, because I don't do this by myself. I've got an amazing team. I got Crux in the background. I got ZTS Rhythm sitting over there on another system here in the studio, running chat and everything. And then I've got amazing moderators, the best moderators in the business. And then, of course, these two guys right here. TradeFly, OC guy. What's up? How you guys doing, man?
Hey man, I appreciate the extended intro this morning. I was struggling getting the hair ready and all that real quick.
I was watching over here. I was watching on the camera. I got your back, man.
Oh, you can see me. All right. Yeah. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm super stoked to be here. Every morning is a super rush for me, but hey, I love doing this. We're really enjoying it and we're growing. So really appreciative of that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
Absolutely. OC, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Not much, just doing fantastic. I mean, if you guys can see it, we have 3.03K subscribers now. So guys, thank you so much. We are growing thanks to you guys.
We do. We broke 3,000 subscribers overnight. So shout out to the alumni. We are growing. Let's go ahead and get into the news, though. We got a lot of news to do, and I'm sure that people are going to want some TA today. So guys, go ahead and start letting ZTS know down there in the chat, ZTS Rhythm. Let them know what you would like to see on some TA, and we'll make sure that we try to scoop that into our flow today. But right now, let's go ahead and let's get into the news, guys. Crypto bubbles. There we go. Crypto bubbles today. We are looking pretty green. Earlier, I was like, what the hell just happened? Because I had accidentally clicked on the 5-minute and I clicked over to check this. I hadn't looked at it in a minute and everything was red. And I was like, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. What is going on? And then I went, oh, I'm on the 5-minute. There we go. So that is what we have. Caspa up for the day, 17.1% there. BTT up 29.6. DYM continuing to move. One of our members said that DYM actually has a staking process to get airdrops, and so it incentivizes people to stake their DYM. So that is why it's continuing to pump. We're going to be taking a look at that. I might see what Crux can dig into, because Crux is a genius when it comes to deep diving into these projects for me. So Ordi up 10.5%, ADA up 10.1%. We're going to talk about ADA today. AVAX up a measly 3.6% for the day. That's it. That was one of the 3 calls I made. Caspa, though, and MATIC doing great. AVAX, not a loss, but definitely not a high performer for me. Let's go ahead and jump over here. Check out liquidations. Looking at the 24-hour liquidations, guys, we've had in the past 24 hours, 34,701 traders liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at 115.8 We'll call it 0.9. We'll call it 0.9 million dollars. Largest single liquidation order happened on OKX. It was for $4.69 million. I'm not even going to round that up to 4.7. I'm going to take advantage of saying 4.69 on YouTube. So there you go. That's what we have there. You can see the liquidation breakdowns here. Ethereum. A lot of people trying to short Ethereum. A lot of people trying to short Bitcoin. Getting liquidated. You can't negotiate with the charts, guys. You can't do it. If the charts tell you something and the fundamental analysis is not coming out, there's not fundamental news saying, hey, disregard the TA, this is happening. If everything is moving in the same direction, you can't negotiate with the charts. I don't care what you think is going to happen. You've got to look at that momentum. You've got to look at that volume. So let's get over here and talk about this for a second, guys. If you guys know, last Thursday, I faced off against CryptoFace and lost. Got removed from the competition. He got me. I was the Apollo Creed. He was the Drago. It was a Rocky film. And today on Trading Wars, Alex O Crypto is going to be Rocky Balboa coming to find vindication for the fall of Apollo Creed, aka me. There you go. So Alex O is going to be coming to help out here. So get him, Alex. Get him, Alex. Either way, it's a win-win. CryptoFace, love that dude. Alex O Crypto, love that dude. But Alex O Crypto, he's in the gang. So I gotta hope he wins. So.
Let's go.
Thank you for the non-copyrighted, not getting me demonetized Rocky music in the background. I appreciate you.
Like that, right? There it is.
Guys, we talked about this early in the week. I told you guys, and look, I just figured out how to not blind you guys with white screen today by just clicking my reader. I got you. We were talking about the dollar, that the Dixie was, remember, it's not just a Dixie versus risk on, risk off. It's the Dixie versus the basket of assets, right? And I said with the yen doing what it's doing, and with what's going on in China and with, everywhere around the world, things are just really, really hurting. Economically, the dollar, not as bad. So, because our debt-based system allows it to, prop up fake walls, like we're in the middle of what was that old show with the fake city? Blazing Saddles. Yeah. So that's our economy. Blazing Saddles is an entire city of fake walls. Dollar picks up steam, guys. Breaking up there. It looks London. This was from today. The U.S. dollar rose on Thursday, but held below a 12-week high reached earlier in the week as traders digested comments from policymakers, so on and so forth. On Wednesday, the Fed Reserve speakers gave a range of reasons, feeling a little urgency to start the easing policy sooner. Central banks need to be convinced that not only will inflation come down, but that it will stay down. So we're seeing a lot of problems with the banks, NYCB, that we're seeing over there going out. So we're going to take a look at the Dixie. I just wanted to touch on that. We're seeing the Dixie picking up steam based on other currencies, not so much people wanting to get risk off from the stuff. From the assets and stuff and investments. So Bitcoin has the same price movement during Chinese New Year for 9 years in a row. Will it repeat? So if you guys don't know this analyst went in and he dug around into the Chinese New Year celebration, right? And so during that time, he said, CEO of 10X Research, who correctly predicted Bitcoin's decline to 38,500, shared his near-term expectations. Guys, this came out before we just broke 45K this morning, so this is interesting. At this point, the analyst who stated in his last report that the main obstacle to Bitcoin's rise is the trend line at 43,839 argued that if Bitcoin rises above this level, it can quickly rise to 48K. Chinese New Year effect on Bitcoin, apart from his short-term price prediction on Bitcoin. He also analyzed the impact of the start of the Dragon New Year in China on the price and explained the strategy could be done within 2 weeks. So here's what he says. At this point, the analyst pointed out that there are 3 days left until the start of the Chinese New Year and claimed that Bitcoin should be bought 3 days before the start of the Chinese New Year. That would be yesterday, according to this article, when they should start buying. He said it's bought 3 days before Chinese New Year and then sold 10 days later, and it makes an average of an 11% move within the 2 week period. So that's quite interesting.
That's
I thought
alpha right there, man.
that is some alpha. So check this out. He's got this little thing down here where he tweeted it out, and you can see here Bitcoin returns around the Chinese New Year, 11%, 11%, 12%, 24%, 13%. So if we go back and look at the previous cycles, it has been a little lower when it is right before the halving, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I do find it interesting that yesterday we started that rally into 3 days prior. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Let's jump over here. Let's wrap this up because we're going to get into some TA and talk it out with the people. And we've got to do a party on the way out today because we broke 3K. When you break 3K, you got to have a party, people. Cardano ADA adds $2 billion in 24 hours amid 60. What's up, Rockstar? Amid 62% volume surge. Cardano enthusiasts are celebrating as popular cryptocurrency defies expectations because ADA had not been performing. Let's be honest. Cardano was not doing okay. It's just kind of sideways, watching everything else move like, oh, yeah, look at that. But that's what Cardano does, people. Cardano enthusiasts are rejoicing that the cryptocurrency witnessed an astonishing surge in the past 24 hours. Cryptocurrency market was taken by storm as ADA soared over 12%. So let's go, Cardano. Where's all my ADA holders at in the chat? Let me know if you guys are Cardano believers. Let me just give us something in the chat. Give me something in the chat. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Taking a look here, the surge in price was accompanied by a remarkable surge in trading volume too. And I'm going to get to that right here. Check this out. This trading volume was 62% increase in trade volume. So it wasn't just price. It had the volume behind it. Yes, the bears got upset. They got badly upset. Getting that nice little $1 million liquidation going on there according to that. And then guys, but there's more. Look, there's a potential of another 32% move coming to Cardano. And we're going to have OC. He's got the chart up. He's tried to rebuild this. We're going to see if we agree with this or not. He's OC. I haven't looked at what he said, what he has on his chart yet, but OC is of the mindset that he does not think, he thinks this is a little hopeful for what the guy did for his TA. So we're going to let OC break it down for you guys. In a new post on X, analyst Ali has talked about a descending triangle forming on the daily price of Cardano. That descending triangle refers to a pattern in TA. Not sure what that is. That is, as its name suggests, looks like a triangle with a downward slope. Pattern is made up of two lines. We know what that is. We're going to show you it. Anyway, he said, that is going to be, this is the descending triangle. And he said that breakout would put it back up to the zero line of this Fibonacci's, which would be a 32.6% move. We're going to have OC take a look at this and see what he says here. And then, yeah, we're going to go. Let's go. Let's get over to your chart now, OC. What do you got for us? Can you help us lay this out? Is this a thing? Is this a thing?
There you go. Perfect. So, I was on the YouTube. That's why I was just waiting a little bit. So, sorry, latency here. Just wrong tab. All right.
Welcome back. Welcome back to real time.
Yeah. I was like, why is it taking so long? All right. I know. So basically, this guy is taking all the way back down here, and I'm gonna start just kind of removing everything so you guys can see what I get. All right. So right here, I have chart prime. Very simple. I have my order blocks. Look at this high order block, and also I want you guys to see this little line here. This is the money flow POC, basically where most of the money or the value has been exchanged at that area. All right. That is a big resistance. All right. So look at that. Yes, we are breaking through that zero line and we could be reaching, I will say, this as a first target. But now let me turn on what we've been looking at. Look at this. This is our possible target, 0.657. All right. If we can make it through, look at that. And again, timing is switching. All right. If we can make it to go up, retest, and off we go, we could be hitting as already we are waiting for, right, on this movement in here. So there's something that I don't agree with on that analysis. It is this line that he's got drawn all the way down here. I rather call it something from here, which put us at a descending channel, descending wedge, right? I mean, it is a little bit different. What is the difference? It is the measured target. So his measured target goes all the way down there, and as you can see, it's a little bit far stretch. But if we go for the previous highs, and also we compare it to this measured target, we could be seeing that we are much closer on where our resistance are. Where are those resistance? Well, we just need to find that confluence, and you'll see that we have this previous resistance up there. So far as to call it, and now let me clear everything up, all right, so we can see things much better. So far as I call it all the way up there, I would say that it's a little bit of a fire stretch, and that's because I will say that I wouldn't fully agree with looking at the base in here. I would even prefer to look at it something like that and then going like this. But I mean, that is just the way that I'll be looking charts on that area. Nonetheless, it is looking bullish. It is looking bullish. And our first trouble will be just breaking through this trend line, going for the retest, and off we go to 0.60. And I am looking hopeful on ADA. So turning back to you guys.
Awesome. No, that's good. That's good, TA, bro. I want to give a shout out to Mr. J and Bedridden, our summa cum laude and our magna cum laude members, and also to all of our other members. Thank you all for being here. I love the alumni. We gave a trade setup. We did a little. We did a trade setup on MATIC 2 days ago, and then we updated that yesterday morning on the show. That's the one that one of our viewers made 500% on. Like a total degen. Shout out to the degens. Mad love to the degens. You guys are the rock stars. So we appreciate you guys. But yesterday I did a little AMA in our channel, in our members channel over there. Everyone jumped in with me and we talked about that. Early in. We had a scheduled one in the afternoon. I did an impromptu in the early day because Bedridden was asking about AVAX and CASPA. So let's go take a look at CASPA and see what you guys missed out on yesterday. So we were sitting here and we were hitting, if you look, this is going to be where the dynamic reactors coming in on our predictive stuff here. So I was like, look guys, on the 12-hour here on CASPA, we could have a rejection here. So I came back in and I looked at the 4-hour, and that would be about right here, by the way, where that was happening at. And it was looking really really overbought down here. On the oscillator. He was like, I think that this is going to short. And good friend of the show, another TA analyst out there in another group, was saying that he was looking for it to go to the downside. And I said, well, I could see a little retracement, but I don't see a pullback. Well, then he came back and said, yeah, absolutely. I think it's got more upside. I'm just looking for a little quick scalp pullback. That guy was TA Tim. He got exactly what he called here. On that resistance point, we got a little reversal print here from Chart Prime. It came down and then instantly finished out to the target that I told you guys in that members only chat, to the phase 618, currently where we are sitting at right now. We are continuing to see overbought, but what I want to point out is this here. Do you see how we're starting to leave that bearish area despite this? This is going to create a divergence. So be on the lookout for that. But as of right now, if you guys got into that trade yesterday, you guys rocked it. I'm glad that it played out for you. And I'm going to continue to drop little trade setups like this to the members over there. If you're not a member, click the join button below. This is to the basic members of these little trade setups that I do. Goes out to them. So $4.99, guy made 500% off my trade call. I'm just saying. TradeFly, let's get you in the TA world over here. Are you ready?
I am, dude.
Let's go, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right. So one of the calls that you made recently too was MATIC, right? You made a pretty good call on that. So totally different look at it. And this is just bringing up the chart prime indicator, kind of going back and, revisiting, right? And this is not the setup that you were looking at, I don't believe. So looking at it right now, you do see there was a falling wedge here. And it broke out, it came down, and it did the retest that OC always talks about right here, right? It got that bounce, and then it went up to its first smart target, right? So Chart Prime did all of this, and you could pretty much be hands off, right? Because you can actually set an alert on this as well to let you know when that breakout happens, and then it goes up to the smart target. So almost hands off, something, I didn't really look at yesterday because Piper was already talking about it. and he was already, had already made a call on it. So, but yeah, I mean, like looking at it too, like we did have a nice area of support here at about 77 cents. We have talked about that quite a bit, but now we are starting to get to where it's calling, overbought here. So it's gone up. And what I like to do, just in conjunction with that, to see if I can find any confluence, right? I go back on the charts, and what I do is I want to do like a horizontal line, right? So you see right here, you're looking at it, you see support, resistance, resistance.
Yeah, I
like
see that. I see it.
Yeah. And so like that kind of lines up the smart target also, right? So for me, that would be like one of my ideal setups, ideal plays. You get in, you get out, because I kind of do more of the intraday trading, not so much scalping, but like something like this would be something really nice. And I mean, it did all it's doing. It's not always, predicting where are we going to go, but like, what can we learn from some of the setups that maybe we missed? Or in my case, I did, right? Because I didn't look at it, because Piper was already talking about it. But let's go back, revisit, because if we see this again, then that might give us an opportunity to enter into a trade. So just want to revisit that. I think it's a good little, session, we'll say, to take a learning point away. And that's what I got on MATIC.
Awesome. Appreciate it. I'm going to jump over here to TriCam real fast, to Trio Cam. Shout out to Legendary Aviation Coffee over here, which I'm drinking every morning. It's delicious stuff. But C90 just reminded me over here. C90 FTW has his Legendary Aviation Coffee coming today. He used our link, and I actually got contacted by Josh from Legendary Aviation Coffee, and he said, "Hey, someone used your link." So I appreciate you, C90. Thank you very much, man. You're gonna enjoy it. Which coffee did you get? Let me know in the chat. If it's El Salvador, bro, that's fire. I love El Salvador. It's delicious coffie. They also have a fantastic president. They also have a fantastic president. So just reelected. Let's get into some TA over here on my side. We've also got a request for Bitcoin, CAS, and Tau. So if one of you guys want to pull up TAO, I'll go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin and the Dixie right now. How about that?
Sounds good.
Cash me on a chart. How about that? Taking a look here, guys, at the Dixie right now. You can see this morning we had that job numbers data come out. We get a little pump up here, and then we got a pullback on the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, this rally up here, we came up, we touched this previous area of candle close, and then started to pull back down. The Dixie, remember, I told you guys, the Dixie can get moves and it not really affect the crypto right now, because the Dixie is getting a lot of its momentum from the other currencies not being as strong. So the Dixie not really correlated right now inverse to what we're seeing on risk on, risk off assets. But you can see that right here. You see that all green candles? Well, look at all those green candles. Well, they're blue on my chart, but you know what they are. They're green. They're like my hoodie. Hoodie Thursday today. Taking a look here at what we got going on Bitcoin right now. We have broken. So I told you guys that it was very likely going to be heading up to that daily up there, and that we were heading towards that upper trade band. Why? Because we had so much support down here on this delta line of the predictive ranges from Chart Prime's Market Dynamics Pro. And then we had this breakout of the trend line that we just kept grinding sideways, but holding great, strong support. We had the dynamic reactor down here. We had the Delta Blue median line there, and that was just a likely target. Now we are above that, and we're sitting above that $45,000. So let's go take a look at where we can head next by throwing on my fibs. We are at the golden pocket right now. And we're not getting a rejection on the 618. I do want to point that out. We're not getting a rejection on the 618 right now. But I could see us making it up here to the 0.66. This is going to be around 45,500. Psychological number. Also going to be a historical fib line for us here to play on. Something that I do want to point out, though, that if you look at this possible rejection here, we've also got the oscillator showing that we're overbought. Now, I just showed you on Caspa, hey, look, it's overbought for a long time and it keeps going up. It is possible to do that on Bitcoin, but Bitcoin tends to play out fairly well with overbought, oversold. So I do want to caveat that warning. RSI starting to get the smaller candlesticks here. You can see them thinning down and getting smaller. So that on top of the overbought, I could see us getting a rejection here for a retracement. That would be healthy because we just had a big run up. I like to see pullbacks, retracements showing healthy bounces, right? Let's that volume reset. But just be advised that right now, would not be getting into a long, and I would not be spot buying this unless it was a dollar cost average thing. That's what I would be doing, is watching that. So look for a little possible retracement here. If we do retrace, I suspect to see it come back and test that gold line of the upper trade band there. That's going to be about 44,236. We'll just call it 44,250. Front run that a little bit, and that would be where I would watch for a retracement if we get rejected in the golden pocket. If we do not get rejected in this golden pocket, guys, very likely heading back up here to 46,833. And here, let me go ahead and make these a little bit bigger numbers for you so you guys can see it on your end out there. There you go, 46,833 on that platinum pocket if we hold the golden pocket. But I do expect to see that we could get a slight rejection here at 45,500. Best case scenario on a rejection would be 45,500. Retest the 618 of the golden pocket and then go up. So a lot of possibilities here. It's like Doctor Strange when he's doing the 4 million different options of the future. That's what we're having here right now. But yeah, watch Bitcoin on that. OC, let's kick it over to you, bro, and see what you got. Show me what you're working with.
Absolutely. So let me just go back in here, and what I have here is CTSI USDT. So why are we talking about this one? Because we were looking at it yesterday. So let me zoom out a little bit and especially go to daily so we can have a cleaner and clearer view. All right, so I'm going to just get rid of this thing and also look at what is the predicted movement. Look at that. Remember that we are in a, well, I am in a long from all the way down here, in fact, right here, and then I'm waiting for this zone to be reached, all right, right here where I have my short open, and then looking for a possible reversal for then open up that short. All right, so let's zoom in and look at what's going to be my plan and how is it playing out. Remember, my long entry was somewhere around here, and then it just bounced, was just a little bit underwater, then played out. I already have taken TP1, but I haven't closed that trade. And that is because, remember, I'm waiting for the oscillator or for the ribbon on the oscillator to come back down, make a flip of the ribbon or a break. But so far, instead of going back down to this area right here, we are holding strong in a range. Remember that ranging is another way of correcting. So if I can start having that flip of the ribbon in here and holding this area, most likely I'm gonna hit my short target right here very quickly, but I will not be entering into a short unless I flip back down. So this is gonna be my entry short trigger. All right, so I know I have this area. We have been teasing with that area for these days, in fact from yesterday to today, but so far I'm not ready to open up any shorts. Just wanted to give you guys that heads up, just in case you are looking on how to or what are you waiting for to see on charts. Not financial advice. This applies with any asset. Remember, confirmations and at least 3 point of contacts. So turning it back to you guys.
Yeah, big shout out to Eric Wallen. He gifted a membership. It went to Elo Brown. So shout out to Eric Wallen for that. We appreciate you, brother, gifting those memberships. Givers gain, bro. Givers gain.
It's awesome.
Let's go TradeFly. What you got, man?
Yeah, so I brought up Tau. So I'm going to be very transparent with you. Don't know a whole lot about it. Haven't done any research on it. Basically, once I saw it in the chat, I pulled it up and I was like, let's take a look-see. So it looks pretty young on KuCoin at least. I figured that would probably be one of the longer exchanges that it was on. KuCoin has been around for a minute. So brought that up. And so what I did, I was like, let's pull up an extension. Let's see where we can go. So I kind of went up thrust, the pullback, and then, you know, I'm saying, you know, looking at it, and I was like, hey, it did go up to the 618, got a rejection there. I didn't have a close over top of it. So that kind of gives me a little confidence. That's kind of lining up of what you would expect. And then looking, there was a descending triangle that was being formed. It broke out of that. You can see the breakout there. And that's when it shot up to the 618. So nice, hefty pullback, but it doesn't look like this coin or project is very old. So you're going to see a little volatility, right? And we've kind of talked about that quite a bit. When you have these coins or projects that just get listed, you know, the one thing that I'm not seeing on KuCoin that a lot of times you'll see is that you'll see that crazy spike up and then a pullback. So it actually just had a nice descending, you know, kind of price movement down, and then it pulled up. So that's actually kind of healthy. So again, I'll probably look into this now just because I'm curious about it, because usually you don't see that as healthy of a climb up, to be honest with you. But yeah, coming back to this, we had that breakout, and then we just pulled right back to this horizontal line of support, which is at about 413. So that's good, right? We did find support there. You got 3 touch points. That's looking good. Looking at the prime oscillator, that looks like it's starting to bend back over, and you're starting to see that maybe wanting to push back.
Did you say
to the upside.
Boica?
So Boica. I did not say Boica. But if the RSI does start curling back to the upside, then that would be a kind of a slight trend up and right, which is kind of good. That's kind of something you want to look for, especially when you're seeing multiple hits on a support area. So there could be some potential for this to really go back to the upside. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to rocket off up and right, but don't be surprised if you come back up here and at least retest 475 at the 0.382. Because look at that. Look how that lines up. And this gives you further confirmation how the 0.5 lines up here at resistance, and then the 0.32 lines up here at support. Well, it's really resistance now, but at a time it was support. So I would be looking for it maybe to come up there and retest. So here's your high number, short term, 475, and then your support area at about 413.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm looking here at stacks for someone. So guys, I just got to show you something here. This is just, it's freaking beautiful. So I tell you guys all the time that we tend to trade between the 2 gold bands predictive ranges. All the time I tell you this. Look at this touch on the bottom with the reversal indicator, touch the trend assistant, came up, test support on that delta median, the 50% line between that trade band. We just hit overnight the upper trade band after getting this call. On stacks, that trade from trade band to trade band would be a 33.5% move. So with no leverage, yeah, it was there. It's all there for you. So shout out to Chart Prime and their wonderful indicators. Love them. They are the best in the industry. Let's take a look at what's going on with stacks right now, though. So where are we at right now? Let's go turn on my trend-based fib extensions. I built these all the way back here. And we had this trend of a low wick to a high with the pullback of a higher low. That is a trend. And this is trend-based fib extensions. So you can see that we did get a nice clean test in the golden pocket to the upside. That is what we're looking for to make sure that it is in the correct sequencing. And right now, we are breaking the 2.618. That would be the phase 2 golden pocket. Okay. The next level of resistance that we have here is sitting here at about 1.89 cents. Okay. That would be where I would look at there for a resistance point of possible rejection. That's going to be the next support band or next resistance band in the predictive range structure. And then we have a liquidity grab that I would expect to see back here from this. And if we're going to do that, might as well be a test on that top frame of the predictive ranges coming in right there with the phase 3. I could see us make it up there. But again, we got to get through here. What I would really like to see for the best healthy structure for stacks right now. And for those that don't know, stacks is a BRC20 token. Love stacks. I hold stacks. I'm a hodler for all transparency purposes. But I'd like to see it come up here. If we get a rejection here, come back and test this phase 2, then come up to that point. That would be a healthy retracement, and it would allow us also to get a little refresh here on the RSI prime at the bottom and on these overbought blocks at the top. Right now, we do have a momentum dot printing in here on the Oscillator Pro, but we are still getting upside. So for right now, trend is to the upside. Trends refer until the end. That's what I'd be watching for there. That little ugly spaghetti strand there of Mexican spaghetti. That would be the path. Not exactly.
Well, ugly spaghetti, Piper. Spaghetti's always the best.
Spaghetti's the best, bro.
Just kidding.
Something else that I do want to point out to my CleanSpark, my mining fans out there. We are retesting right now on CleanSpark, the golden pocket here. We had a breakout. I told you guys about this breakout. We talked about it on the show. That move has now taken us up to the golden pocket. It looks like we're retesting the golden pocket right now. And I do want to call out something today. After market close, CleanSpark has its earnings report. You can see that right here on the chart. Click that. there's the earnings and revenue report estimated to be down. So keep in mind, we are at a keen resistance area. We've got overbought. We've got the RSI prime high, possible earnings coming out today that it did not meet. If it comes out and it meets those and it beats the estimate, then this thing's taken off. But if it doesn't, we could see a pullback. Not financial advice, but hint, hint. You might want to keep an eye on that. That's what I got there. TradeFly, let's kick it over to you, bro.
Right
oh, wait,
on.
do you just
Hey,
go?
quick
OC?
shout. I did.
Who just went?
What? I did.
Yeah, OC.
Hey,
let's
you know
kick it
what?
over to you.
I got a second though. Quick shout out to Gia, man. She just gifted a membership to Mr. J. So just want to shout out.
Mr. J gifted a membership and it went to Kim.
Oh no.
Gia just joined.
Backwards.
Yes, Gia just joined. So Gia is now a member. Welcome to the alumni. You're all alumni, but welcome to the intersanctum, the sanctum sanctorium, over here on the Piper Academy. If you guys aren't in the Discord, check down below. It's free to join, but we have a lot of member perks down there for the people that are in membership. So Gia, welcome to the alumni membership, and shout out to Kim for winning that membership that Mr. J gifted. Mr. J, you are awesome. Appreciate that. Everybody that joins the membership, we appreciate you here, because I got a big team and I'm trying to every little bit, just so you guys know, I personally am not taking any money that the channel makes. It's going to the people that are doing all of the work. Like I'd like to give Crux a little bit of money. I'd like to give Zach over there a little bit of money, and we got giveaways coming. So we're going to be doing some random will stuff for the members over in the Discord and giving away some maybe little NFTs. I might hook up with Ada Ace and do some NFTs from the Ada foundation over there that he works with, and do some of those for giveaways, stuff like that. So that is the plans with this stuff. So just so you guys know, I'm not patting my pocket. I've done well. I made about $80,000 trading last year using chart prime indicators. I am not going to take your money. I'm going to make sure that everybody else gets taken care of first. So, and then kick it back to the community. All right, OC, you're up, bro.
Absolutely. First of all, guys, thank you so much for sharing that Mexican spaghetti. I'm watching. So thank you guys so much for letting me see your support. So what I got here is METIS. So METIS, I'm about to update the analysis that we did yesterday, right? Because things are being changing. Remember, every single candle adds to the possibilities, right? Basically, you have fresh new information. So what's happening? Well, we were projecting this movement basically played out. This movement basically played out. This movement, it's playing out, all right? But what is it now that I want to start changing what I have on the screen? Well, that is this bearish divergence.
Are you okay?
Sorry about that. All right, that bearish divergence. Yeah. Absolutely,
What's the number for 911 in Mexico? Someone get it to
Oh, sorry about that. Just getting too excited. All right.
Okay.
And right here we have the bearish divergence. Let me make this big because we need to see this closely. Right? Remember that I was expecting a bounce or a flip of the ribbon out of the vertex on that cloud. But what's happening on that cloud? We are breaking it past you. All right, it is not too much to worry about just yet. We are still above the zero line, and it doesn't matter what happening as long as we are above the zero line. The overall momentum and the overall direction of the movement should be to the upside. All right, but right now we're holding position. We're making that movement to the upside, but we are not flipping up. We still had a couple of more candles to play it out. But if it start not flipping up and we also do not move, that's what I want to start questioning, whether we're going to be able to break this big resistance that we have in here. Remember, those blocks are manual blocks that I put up based on my indicators. So let me just show you that we have a POC money flow right there. We also have the two lines in here from the prime ranges, and most importantly, we have two high order blocks right here and in here. So this is a big nut to shell, big hard shell to break. Sorry, just kind of like I went sideways there. So I need to start looking at the oscillator for a flip of the ribbon. as long as I don't lose the dynamic reactor, and as long as I don't lose the zero line, I'm still okay. But I'm looking at this bearish divergence still playing out, still with this prediction, but just kind of like being a little bit more careful there for that possible long that we enter. So, guys, thank you so much. Throwing it back to you guys.
Awesome. Hey, I just dropped, we've got Ada Ace in here right now, friend of the channel. He does a lot of stuff in the Ada community, in the Cardano community. So he, super smart guy over there in their ecosystem. So he's the one that I'm actually going to work with to try to get a few of their NFTs for giveaways for the members. But I just dropped his link here. If you guys haven't followed him yet, he just started up a channel. He's got 36 subscribers. So let's see if we can pump him up a little bit, get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. So I just dropped it in there. Guys, go give him a follow. Ada Ace, friend of the channel, awesome dude, very smart on everything Cardano. So TradeFly, let's kick it over to you, bro. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's revisit something I called yesterday. It wasn't really a call out, say, hey, buy this, but I did say, hey, take a look at it. So let's look at MANTA. So yesterday, about, let's call it 08, right? So it was actually just before that. Show ended at 7:30. I think I called it right at about 7:30. So just from there to about time now, about a 5% move, not too bad. I didn't actually have up the indicator there. So I didn't see the symmetrical triangle, which is something I was looking at based on support and resistance levels. So I'm actually going to pull that up so we can kind of revisit it. So looking at that, what I saw was 2 touches here on this support area right here. I saw some blue, right? It kind of highlights when you have a high transactional area of volume. So it hits the support level. This area grows because volume's coming in or leaving, just depends on what it's hitting. So I saw that. That kind of perked my interest. That's why I was like, hey, let's take a look at that. And also, I came down the prime oscillator. Remember, I love this. I love seeing some kind of divergence. That's what these green lines are. It's printing that, and it took off. So nice little 5% move. Obviously, some confirmation here as well, looking at the Market Dynamics Pro on the chart prime indicator. And, you know, that made a call as well with the breakout. And then it came down for a retest right here, and then it shot up. So it blew through a couple of the smart targets already. Now there's smart target 3 sitting up here. But I would be looking for, what I would have wanted to see is it to actually find support right here. So this area right here, if we would have found support, then I would say, hey, I'd be comfortable with it. Let's go long again and look for a continuation up and right. So it's kind of going to be I'd say a waiting game at this point. Might have missed the move, but just wanted to go back and revisit that. MANTA, you know, is now setting a higher low. So maybe we could see a reversal in the trend because, you know, for the past, let's see, let's go back. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the end of January. It's kind of been down and right. So could be looking for kind of a flipping trend here, and we'll kind of wait it out. But if you got in yesterday, congrats. Otherwise, I would like to see it get on top of this support area right here before I would be comfortable with it continuing up and right.
Nice. Yeah, I'm pulling up JTO right now. We're going to go take a look at that. And then, yeah, let's get over here. Guys, if you haven't smashed that like button, you're getting anything out of this content today, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps the algorithm and it helps us grow. We hit 3,000. Let's go to 5K next. Let's do that. So if you guys haven't hit that like button yet, smash the like button. I'm looking at JTO versus US Tether here on a 4-hour in Binance. This is looking like we got another downside move coming. If you guys look, we have our trade bands here from our predictive ranges here from the Market Dynamics Pro. I know that we got this little green candle going here, but if you take a look, it looks like we're getting small candle builds here. When we tend to get these, we get a little bit of downside movement. You can see it here. We started getting those small candles, downside movement there. I'm watching this right now. We're getting these small candles. We're getting the wicks on top, pushing it down. That means there's sell pressure in there. I'm expecting to see this come down and retest at least this lower trade band, possibly in confluence with that trend assistant. We get pretty close to it several times here as a target on the downside of this. So that's what I'll be watching for there on JTO. Not looking very bullish yet. You can see right now the only dynamic reactor that we're above is the 1 hour and below. We're sitting below the dynamic reactor, which is this red wave right here. And typically when we're below it, we're bearish. That's the trend. 12-hour, we're below it. Daily, we're below it, obviously, because we're below it on the 4 hours. So yeah, looking at downside on JTO, could be a good short opportunity. Not financial advice. OC, what you got for us, bro?
All right, let's take a look at what I got here. Let me just switch up this. I just was looking at a different one, and I want to take a look at RNDR because again, we were looking at this previous movement. Remember that right here, we were waiting for either break and retest, depending on if we made that either bounce or flip to the downside. Remember that also we were looking at this trend line that I manually draw right there. So look at that. We're going for that breakout. It's not about the breakout. It's about the retest. And possibly off we go. Seems like we could be having that off we go. So let me clear this up and then redraw or do my analysis from scratch because it's worth now taking a look at here. Also, I want to bring up something that I've been using much lately, which are these two bars. Just in case you're wondering, if you double click on those, it will going to be taking you to the market dynamics, and those are the liquidity zones. So those are where liquidity most likely is going to be found, and where we could be looking at a reaction. The only thing that I could be worrying about now, it is a possible dead cat bounce happening at this area, basically maybe teasing us and then flipping down. Nonetheless, we're going to do that analysis to see if that is going to be the greatest possibility or it is not. So I'm going to start just adding my indicators, and again, I will be just drawing where confluence is at. So easy peasy, basically lemon squeezy. There we go. That's it. And then I'm going to be just cleaning up that spaghetti with where I have most of my things. So I have an equilibrium here, and also I have a predictive golden line. So I'm going to draw 2 lines there. Then just going for my trend line. Look at that beautiful trend line, and let's also make it manual so I can lock it and add a manual alert right there. So I'm almost there with my analysis. Look at that. We also have another one there, and for the predictive ranges, the predictive patterns, it's basically it. So I have 3 areas of importance. These areas of importance, as you can see, are up here and also down here, and the next one is going to be down here. So as you can see, a chart parametric analysis is just extremely easy, right? So I can now start drawing this line, and this is going to be my next target. So I do believe that we're going to be hitting this area and then going down. So I will be updating this trend line as the market starts moving. Nonetheless, this could, and this is not financial advice, this could be looking as a possible long entry. I'll be looking to open a trade if I retested this area, and also if I have continuation on the rebound. Let me show you what am I going to be planning on do. Remember, this is not financial advice, all right? And also, I'll be quick to change my mind if new data comes in. So this is basically what I'm going to be looking at. Going here, just adding just slightly a little bit more, and that will be what I'll be going to be looking at. Nonetheless, remember, make your own analysis, all right? I'm going to be adding just my 2 alerts just to make sure that I'm safe and also up to date in here. So that's what I got, Piper, and throwing it back to you guys.
Awesome. Hey, did you say that's not financial advice? Is that what you said? I'm pretty sure you said that.
Yes. Absolutely not financial advice. Not financial advice.
Only when Piper's wearing a beanie.
That's, yeah, financial advisor from a guy in a beanie. That's me. That was a comment made on one of my videos. Check it out, guys. TIA had a request for it here. I'm seeing some movement right now on it. I know we have a reversal indicator on here, but something that happened here. If we take a look, this would have been on Tuesday afternoon. We had a beautiful touch of the dynamic reactor. I told you, when we touch that, it's a good trampoline or a good rejection. It's like hitting a ceiling or hitting a trampoline, right? We did get that move up there. We were holding in this. Here's the trade band. Here's the trade band for you. Again, I use 12-hour on these trade bands, guys, even though I'm on a 4-hour chart. So it's what works for me. So there's our upper trade band. There's our lower trade band. We're breaking the delta right now. This is looking a lot like Caspa. And I want to show you guys something. We've had this before where it was overbought and we just continued up higher to get a rejection on that delta, right? Right now we're getting the overbought again. I could see this come back and do a little retest probably on the delta line here to give us that bounce there for a retracement and let all of this cool off a little bit down here. But I am looking right now for a target on TIA at $21.97 up there in the upper trade band. Of course, at that point, I would definitely be taking profit or letting this at least cool off before I would think about letting that trade run. I would at least take profit, move my stop loss up just below the delta line here, which would be somewhere in the range of about $19.75. So, yeah, I think right now TIA is looking strong still. It's a bullish market right now, and there's bullish sentiment behind this project. It looks like it's moving to the upside. So there's TIA for you. Shout out to T-Shroom in the chat. By the way, guys, today I will be on Investing Bros this afternoon with T-Shroom. We're going to be taking a look at a little something. I want to pull over here. Let me get to my news. Come here, news. We're going to be taking a look at this. Crypto-related stocks begin new upsurge. We're going to do a little comparative analysis on Bitcoin historicals versus things like MicroStrategy, Marathon Digital, CleanSpark, stuff like that. It's going to be very interesting because we're going to be doing that right at the market close as that CleanSpark earning report's coming out today. So join us over there on Investing Bro. It's going to be today. I believe it's like 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They moved the times around, but I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be over there knocking out this analysis on Investing Bros. Me and T-Shroom are going to be over there together. So come check us out. And then, of course, I had to put this out there. Don't forget, Alex O Crypto needs your love over there on his 1v1. So you guys might have to go back and forth. I'm just saying. I got to support Investing Bros, and I got to support the Otter Gang. So I'm torn here. I'm torn. All right.
We call this retirement. Just as busy
retirement's supposed to be easy. I suck at this. TradeFly, let's kick it over to you, bro.
All right, let's do it. Hey, so just going to revisit BITC on the daily, and I mean, it's kind of playing out the way we've been talking about for probably more than a week now. We did make this call off of the dynamic reactor. We had that push up. So we've kind of talked about that. So just revisiting how we got here. Then we got over this level. So this is an area that we saw as resistance. This was the initial exit. Then it came back down. You got the retest and then flipped what was resistance into support. And then now we're here, time now. So looking at that, we did talk about this yesterday as well. So let's go ahead and make a little movement there. I'll take it really from the middle and then up. So it's about a 5% move, not so bad. Now, we could be finding a little bit of resistance. It's a little bit harder on this chart, especially on the daily, because you have all the gaps because it closes and it opens, right? But just looking at it, you see the wicks here, you see a wick here, a wick here. So that lets me know that potentially there could be a little bit of resistance in this area. But looking at the prime oscillator looks great. It's straight just going up and right. That's what you like to see. So I think there's going to be some strength. But again, there could be maybe a little bit of pullback off of this area before you see continuation. But let's see. Let's wait this part out, right? So we've given you kind of from here. Remember, this is my top side target that I talked about yesterday at about a 37. I think 35 is what I said yesterday. And that's just lining up with resistance right here, right? So little area of resistance. Not going to say this is very prominent, but I would say if you did make that trade or if you're in the trade, this could be an opportunity for you to exit. It's probably what I would do right now, just kind of looking at that. And then we'd like to see it either break through, come back, retest as support, or you could see a rejection right here. So just want to revisit that. Again, a lot of volume up here. I think a lot of people just sold off, took some profit there.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah. What you got, man?
This is BITC or BITF?
BITC. BITC.
Can you pull up BITF for one of our members, Arsan? One of our viewers, he wants to see that one. BITF.
I don't think I have that one saved already.
Get it in there, man. Get it in there.
If I go to stocks, BITF.
Yep.
All right. Let's take a look-see. BITF. There we go. Let's open it up. All right. Taking a look at that. That's actually looking not so bad. All right, just got over this area.
It actually looks a little bit better, I think, with that oscillator ribbon down there.
Yeah, it's a little bit more, I can definitely read it a little better, that's for sure. So yeah, prime oscillator looks good. That's going up and right. It looks like we got over an area of probably resistance, flipped it into support, and now it's continuing up and right. But just looking at that, right, same kind of deal. Like looking at this, you want to kind of look where do we find any support, any resistance? We could be at a little area. Actually, I would probably push that up a little bit, to be honest with you. That's only kind of a single, but right here is kind of what initially triggered me to look left. So you could be at a little area of resistance right now. Let me go ahead and draw a line.
Yeah,
for
we
you.
pushed past that. It looks like we got a nice gap all the way up to that next level. So
Yeah,
we get
I was just
past
about
that,
to say that.
it's a launch there. So
It could
slingshot.
be. Yeah, so I would, personally like to see it break through, retest, and then up and right. So there you
Awesome.
go.
Appreciate that,
Farm.
man. Hey, Dave Digital asked, what is BITC and BITF? You want to lay that out for him? I believe BITF is a mining company.
Yeah, I don't
And
know
I
a whole lot about BITF.
and I think
I see it on the NASDAQ.
BITC is an ETF.
ETF. That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
why I've been covering that, because we had that launch and, I was like, all right, let's start looking at ETFs since that's kind of the hotness. But once I saw something on the charts, I was like, well, let me hit this up every couple of days just because we see something. And so far since initial call, I mean, it's been a nice little movement up and right since this dynamic reactor. And it's kind of the biggest thing. So 14.5% move. And that's not even going all the way down. We didn't start talking about it till probably just after it hit the dynamic reactor and kind of had that confirmation of support. So yeah, man,
Absolutely.
it's been a nice thing to follow. And that's why I've been following up on it pretty much every day, because, I said, hey, take a look-see.
Awesome. No, I appreciate you doing that, man. Guys, we got big day, a lot of things going on today. Earnings report on CleanSpark coming out later. But we broke 3,000 subscribers. I do want to show you guys before we go what's going on the chart right now. We did get to that level of 45.5 on Bitcoin. Remember, I said this could be a potential rejection area. Keep an eye on it. If you got a trade open on this, make sure that you're watching that rejection. I personally would not close out a trade at 45.5. I would actually, I might take profit there. But I would wait and see what happens if the retest of the 618. But that's what I'm watching for right there, guys. Right there. Yeah, 3K subs with 50 viewers. I know it's the morning time. All of our viewers come in later in the day. We're getting like 300 plus views on our videos. So let's go. Let's do this. You guys ready? It's Thursday. We're gonna do this little 3K party here, and we're gonna wrap this out. Let's go. That is what we got for you today, guys. Thanks for joining us here. Why does that say 1K subs? That's not 1K subs. I need to go fix that. We need to get rid of that. It's 3K subs, baby. We had a great show today, guys. We appreciate you joining us here. Wherever my little video is, we'll get rid of that. There we go. It's gone. Guys, Otter Gang, LBC, Investing Bros, thank you to all the partners here of the show. Trade Intuitions, we got all those links down below. I'm going to get A to Ace's link added in there, guys. We have always told you guys we're going to bring you the best quality content that we can. We are glad you guys are enjoying everything that we do here. Shout out to all the sponsors of the show. Decrypted.tax. If you do not know how to do your crypto taxes or you're worried about those tax laws, get a free consultation, 25% off. It's a free consultation with 25% off the service down below in the description. We got our coffee supporters out there from Legendary Aviation Coffee. And of course, 45% off the best crypto indicators in the market. It is going to be Chart Grind. Guys, thanks for joining us here today. We appreciate everyone for all that you do, coming to the show here every day, partying with us like rock stars. We will catch you guys tomorrow right here on Piper Academy, 9:30 a.m. Standard Time, bringing you guys, Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys the news, the charts, the markets, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. We are Piper Academy. Thank you to the alumni for joining us today. We'll catch you tomorrow. Trade safe, and as always, use a stop loss.
That was awesome, dude!